Okay, Tzarayim Tov, everyone. We continue in our Sefer Eshpoch Lifonav Sichi, and we began chapter 12, and we did the first page of chapter 12 yesterday, which discusses how Hashem sends the speech of prayer from the heavens. And we were talking about why people feel it's so difficult to speak sometimes. What's the cause? And we said certainly it's the Baldover, it's the Yetzer Hara, because he knows how important it is. But then he mentioned another thing. He says that it could very well be that if we get used to behaving like animals and become Balei Taiva, so just like an animal is not capable of expressing oneself, so too the human being can't as well if he acts like an animal. So, and that will, and obviously, if you're not able to do that, you're not allowed to do mitzvahs. So therefore, the Yetzer Hara, number one, he knows how important this is, so he comes with everything he's got. And number two, that's what his main goal of getting you to engage in taivas is so that you will not be able to speak to Hashem. As you recall, either last year or the year before, when we discussed the idea of Kitei Tzela Milchama, and the Torah says it's talking about Milchemes Rishus, it's talking about the optional battle. And the Slonim Rebbe and others say that the battle we're talking about, all these battles are also symbolic of our battles with the Yetzer Hara. And one of the most important battles with the Yetzer Hara is in the realm of Milchemes Rishus. Optional battles. In other words, battles where we're not battling if we're doing Averis and eating treif and not making brachas before foods. That would be a Milchemes mitzvah, so to speak. But we're talking about Milchemes Rishus, where it's optional, where the Yetzer Hara is saying, listen, the food's kosher, making a bracha, you're benching with kavana, but you're eating like a pig. And nowhere in the Torah does it tell us not to do that. You're right, but what's the cost of it? The cost of acting like a kosher animal can't speak just as much as a treif animal can't speak. Okay? So it doesn't matter. You're eating everything kosher. Okay? So you're a kosher animal, but animals don't talk. And that's the real battle that the Yetzer Hara wants to win. You see, it's not the extra food you have. It's the idea of having us fall into the trap of being a Baal Taiva without realizing it. We overeat. That gets us more mekusham dik. It gets us more focused on the physical things in life and speaking to Hashem, which needs someone who has to be a much more abstract thinker and one who's able to connect the things that are not so physically orientated. It's hard when you're so used to being so physically addicted to the physical realm. And therefore, the Yetzer Hara knows that. See, we're not smart enough to connect the dots. The Yetzer Hara is our formidable opponent, and he knows all the dots. And we were, what's the big deal? So I'm eating, okay, maybe it's not so healthy for me, but Baruch Hashem, went to the doctor. My cholesterol is fine. There's pills for cholesterol, those pills for high blood pressure. So pills are taking everything into consideration. And yeah, I do have a lot of interest in Gashmis. And it's not only food. And again, I don't hate to, but I'm just belaboring this point. And the Yetzer Hara is very clever, because food, Umaisa, during the whole day, you're only involved with food. I don't know how much people are eating during the day, but I guess not more than an hour. How much time you spend eating a day? An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? I don't know. But that technology is very mukusham too. It's a very sensory thing. And the more you're connected to sensory, the more difficult it is to be abstract. So the Yetzer, even if you have a kosher phone and everything's kosher, but it's all part of that game he's playing with us. And therefore, the tzaddik saying we got to avoid being magushimtik. Okay, now let's pick it up on page Kuf Nun Dalet. Behilchas Melamdim. Rabbi Nosson talks about in Hilchas Melamdim. He writes, "Shahadibur toli b'kedushas Yosef." Speech depends on the holiness of Yosef. That you merit a full mouth if you have the kedusha. We talk about kedusha of immorality. But if it gets blemished, you can't speak. Or taiva. Closes your mouth. In your heart, because he's overcoming you in terms of the foreskin of the heart. He's just putting more physicality on top of our heart. So and for the past reasons we mentioned and other reasons. When a person comes to speak before Hashem, im kishron osav, with his great intelligence, chachmason, wisdom, and he's very he can speak very eloquently, still yikshal davar, he has trouble speaking. He's not fit at all to speak before the Shem. Klomer, what does that mean to say? Hayetzer otemes libo, the Yetzer Hara seals his heart. Kushein let him leave. A person doesn't have a heart. And a yochel davar, he's not able to speak. So that's the real source, one of the main sources. You find yourself, you can't speak, it's because there's too much gashmius in your life, and Hashem is way beyond that. So how are you going to merit to have the proper speech to Hashem? You have to sit before Hashem and yearn for him. You have to think, who am I sitting in front of? What do I want from him? And therefore you will nullify yourself to him. Then Hashem will take mercy upon you. Hashem will send thoughts to your heart. He'll begin to have compassion for himself. Slowly, Hashem will send words from his heavenly repose, mina shamayim, from the heavens. You have to nullify yourself to Hashem, and Hashem will have mercy on you, that you'll be able to have mercy on yourself. And quote, he says, when a person is very far away from words because he's far away from Hashem, that's why. But if he strengthens himself to serve Hashem with HISBODEDUS, when he prepares himself to speak between himself and Hashem, for an hour with real strong yearnings and desires, what's going to happen? Hashem will help him. He'll send words into your mouth. An aspect of a brand new creation. Hashem in his mercy will create words and prepare them in his mouth, such as the aspect of the pasuk in Yeshaya. He creates the movement of the lips. Borei Daika, specifically, Hashem is in the midst of creating at all times. Hashem puts these words in our mouth. Already Rav Nosson Mamshich Levaras the pasuk, and now Rabbi Nosson continues to explain this pasuk of Borei Niv Svasayim Shalom. It says like this: Hashem creates the movement of the lips and says Shalom, Shalom, peace, peace, L'Racha, to the ones who are far, L'Kar, to the ones who are close. So what is the connection? He says like this: when is a person far away? Kishu Rachok Hashem Yisparach. When a person is far away from Hashem, he also is very far from speech. And what's the way for the person who's far away to get close to Hashem? By creating the movement of the lips. Kloimer means to say, in order to come close and sit before Hashem and get closer, Yivralo, Hashem will create for him diburei tefillah, words of prayer, sha'osam yishpach Hashem. That's which he will pour out before Hashem. And once you start talking, you feel closer. That's how it works. You don't have anything to say? You got to ask Hashem to give it to you. And with his words, he explains another pasuk in Mishlei. For man are the thoughts of his heart. And from Hashem comes the answers of the tongue. So how does he explain that? Page Kuf Nun Hey. Person has to think in his heart. That's got to be that preparation that we mentioned. Yearning that Hashem should open up the words. Then Hashem will send the words to his mouth in the aspect of Hashem responds with the tongue. Or like we say before every Amida, Hashem's society, Hashem you will open my lips, and my word, my mouth will relate your praises. Hashem literally, he will open up your lips and to let you speak what has to come out of your mouth. Everything comes from Hashem. The factor that's important is a person has to prepare himself. B'ritzonos in his desires, v'kisufim in yearnings, the kedusha of holiness. Hashem will help him to spread out his words perfectly. Now, and these words are not like prophecy or divine inspiration of the holy peoples that used to be in the world. No. But these are words that a person feels that he hasn't prepared them. They come from his heart. From his own essence, from himself. What he is saying here is, don't think that Hashem's turning you a prophet. A prophet, Hashem says, I don't care what you're thinking, mister. This is what you're going to tell the people. So it's totally not the prophet's words. That's not what's happening over here. Hashem is gifting you words, but he's gifting you words that come from your inside. Hashem pushes it out. Squeezes out that which is in you. It's your words. But it wouldn't come out if Hashem wouldn't squeeze it out of you. That's the point. Don't think, I'm just saying, God put these words in my mouth. I didn't mean what I said. No. Hashem's extracting it out of you. And those are your words. You don't even know that they're your words. You don't even know that's how you feel. There's a similar concept in psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis, if it's done properly, a person doesn't even realize why he's doing certain things. I'll oversimplify this. I don't mean to be any type of psychiatrist. I don't mean to suggest this is easy, but I'm just oversimplifying it. Person's beating up his kids. And he could think it's this problem, that problem, everything. But now we got to rip into that person and find out what's the deep motivation. What's really driving it? And he's got to pull it out of the person. It's like surgery. And we find that's who you really are, mister. And that's the mistaken application of who you really are. Now, that's the negative side. But the same thing, Hashem is squeezing out. It's just, Hashem is just putting, it's you. You don't realize it's even you. Because if it wasn't you, it wouldn't come out of you. That's what's happening. Al hapasuk, on the pasuk it says, "Lecha amar libi bakshu fanayas panech Hashem avakesh." So Rashi explains, "Lecha amar libi," to you my heart says, "Bishluchasech," with your message. You're sending it. Klomar, higayenu machshavas libi, and it's like the thoughts that I have, they're really not mine. Elohim me'asher shalachti, but it's that which you sent through me. But in other words, they're not mine. They're not the one who pushed it through. They're mine. But they're way, way deep in my recesses. I'm not even capable of expressing them. So it's like Hashem's the Mishalech. He's using you as the shlichus to bring out that which is yours. And that's what the Rabbi explains in the Gemara, famous Gemara. Remember, Mishim Brachas. Great tzaddikim would pray, and they'd say, this one's going to be well, this one's not going to be well. And they asked the tzaddik, are you a prophet? He says, I'm not a prophet. He says, Im shkura tfilos api. The simple meaning means, if the prayers flow out of my mouth, well, then another person's going to be okay. And if they don't flow out well enough, that's the pashut part. But Rabbi Nachman learns, he says, as diborai atfil, my words of prayer, mishagrin lo min hashamayim, they're sent to him from Shamayim. Im shkura, if my prayers are in my mouth are sent from Hashem. And now he explains, quote, on the pasuk Shir Mizmor L'Sech Zamu L'Hashem Shemasu Samech. He explains this: Ki k'shemadaber l'fnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when a person speaks to Hashem, umefarish sichasu b'tanis v'gashus, and he explains his words with all kinds of reasons and requests. And what's really happening, if you really think about this, fascinating. Hashem is putting you in a bad spot, right? You're in a tough situation, and you want to pray, and you don't know how to pray. But when you finally are speaking and you're opening up, what is it that really subconsciously you're trying to achieve? You want to defeat Hashem, as it were. Hashem has a lot of pleasure from that. So Hashem sends words that you could say that will defeat it. So have the pleasure. Because without Hashem sending you the words, there's no way human being could defeat Hashem. But Hashem himself sends the victorious words in your mouth so you can be victorious for Hashem. What's going on over here? Let me give an analogy. I'll give you a simple analogy. A father is teaching a son to play chess. Now, the father's got lots of experience. He's a chess master. The kid's a novice. So what's happening? He's playing. Now, what does the father really want? He really wants the kid to become a chess master. So what does the father really want if he doesn't have an inflated ego? He wants the kid to beat him. He wants the kid to beat him fair and square. Yeah, but it can't start that way. So what do we have? The father says, listen, he has to win fair and square. So what happens? The father creams him every time. Because the kid isn't able, any little mistake, boom, knocks the queen off. So what does the kid learn from that? He learns, well, I made a mistake, and it's not fun to lose.
It's not for me.
And he loses 765 times in a row. So the father thinks, well, eventually he'll learn from all his mistakes and he'll get better. You know what he's going to learn? Quit. What are you talking about? Because you can't keep losing.
That's why you give everybody trophies.
So what if he's smart? So the kid makes a move and it's a bad move. He should just say, are you sure you want to make that move? Double check. That's all. You're not even telling him what to do. He says, oh, I exposed my queen. Can I go? Yeah, go fix it. It's okay. Now, if you do that enough times, the kid will finally win. And that's what the father wants. He wants the kid to win. You see, you can learn the mistake. The whole point is learn from your mistakes. That's true. But you can learn from your mistakes without being punished so badly to keep losing. It's bad. He learned from it. The father said, you sure about that move? Oy! And the father may say it a few times, but he realizes those are mistakes. It doesn't have to be so painful. So Hashem, so to speak, is playing a chess match with us. Playing a chess match with us. What does Hashem want? Well, what's this match between us and Hashem? Well, really, we want the same thing, but we don't know that. Hashem wants us to get close to him. Hashem wants us to have the best life. We want to have the best life too, but sometimes we make the wrong moves. Sometimes we make the wrong moves. So what does Hashem do? Hashem puts you in check. Literally, it's a, what do you call it, with two meanings? It's a fancy English word when it has double entendre. Hashem puts us in check, so we'll be in check, to keep us in check. Hashem, God forbid, brings a sickness, brings a downfall. He's putting us in check. Okay, what does Hashem want? Hashem want to kill the king? No. Hashem wants the king to get himself out of trouble. So what's the king going to do? The king has to make a move. But the kid's not smart enough to make the move. So just like the rest, are you sure you want to do that? Oh no, maybe something else. So what will Hashem do? Hashem will say, why don't you pray to me for a little help? And then somehow Hashem will just put the words in your mouth. Listen, you're still saying the words. And you put the victorious claim comes to Hashem. And you win. Hashem's happy because that's what he wants. Because usually there's going to be a little bit of tshuva involved in that. So, I think from now on I have to have a different attitude towards you, Hashem. Oh, really? Where'd you come up with that idea from? I was just thinking about that. Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice. And, instead of doing this, maybe I should be doing this. And instead of expecting this, just be expecting that, blah, 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 blah. So I hear, and with that, you really have to listen to me. Yeah, you're right. I guess you win. But that's what Hashem wants. Hashem wants us to win. Hashem wants us to destroy the prosecutors that are on God's side. And how does that happen? Because Hashem puts the right word in your mouth. You think it's your word, but if you're smart, you know that wasn't your words. Hashem himself prepares those words. But what does it mean he prepares the words? They really are your words, but they're so deep inside. The young budding chess champion, if he has a good IQ, he will be a chess champion. He's got the brains to be a chess champion. Someone's got to bring it out. Help him bring it out by putting him in situations, by giving him opportunities to bring it out. If you don't give him a second chance, he can never bring it out. If you keep giving him a second chance, he keeps, and then he brings it out, and then he wins. The father's so happy that he lost. And Hashem is happy if he loses these contests. Right? That's what to lose, that you get closer to Hashem. That's what he wants. And how does that happen? Because Hashem puts the words in your mouth. So you might say, is that a miracle? I don't know if it's exactly a miracle, but it's totally unexpected. Words coming out of your mouth you never thought would come out of your mouth. Some people have lots of trouble saying the following words. I am 100% wrong and you are 100% right. They don't know how to say those words. So sometimes you need Hashem to put them in your mouth for you, because really they're there. You just don't know how to bring them out. That's what we need. That's what we need. So that's what's going to happen. Hashem will do this for us, but we've got to really realize that it's coming from Hashem, and we need them to come from Hashem, and it's not a prophecy. Harizal Mefarshis Apostle Hashem Society. How does the Harizal explain the words Hashem, open up my lips that I may speak your praises? How does that Harizal understand this? So we go to Kuf Nun Vav, I believe. Yep. Let's just move it here. I don't know. Atah Hashem. This is how Harizal explains. We're going to be saying it in a few minutes for those who are down in Mincha. Atah Hashem, you Hashem, tifateach esfasaiti. Open up the lips of mouth. Misham yimshach adibur shel tefillah. And from there, the words of prayer will come out. Upi yagid l'secha. What is upi yagid l'secha? Yagid, very interesting root form. in Aramaic is the word yamshich, to flow, to flow. Klomer, you open up my mouth, va'oz, and then yamshichu, they will flow. Yetsu mipi, they'll come out of my mouth, tibarak, my words will come out. Hashem, open up my lips, and then it will flow out of my mouth. But Poel, in actual action, my lips are saying the words. You can't, my lips are saying those words. Avol ein heim shali, but they're not mine. Elohim diburim shani mekabel Hashem. There's words that I receive from Hashem. In words, I got them from Hashem, who extracted it out of it for me.
So it is nevuah.
What?
So it is nevuah.
It's not nevuah. It's not what Hashem. Nevuah is Hashem says, this is what I want you to tell over. It's not what Hashem wants us to tell over. It's what you want to tell over, but you don't know you want to tell it over. Nevuah is coming straight from Hashem. It's the source is Hashem. Your words are, you're the source. You don't know you have a gold mine underneath. Hashem's helping you to extract the gold out. So though you are uttering the words, and they are your words, but had Hashem not opened up your lips, they would never come out. And then that happens, you reach what the pasuk says, Nafshi yotza b'dabro. My soul went out as it spoke. Hanefesh, the soul, hapnimius, the inner essence of the person, yotzesu misgalis identity, comes out and is revealed through speech. Now, for this, my friends, you need a lot of patience, a lot of humility. I'm not the one speaking. I'm not able to speak. I'm not worthy. I don't have any merits to speak. But Hashem who has mercy on me, Yishlach li will send to me, lelibi to my heart, ledibur pi to the voice of my speech of my mouth. Diburim min Hashem, words from heaven. Remember, those heavenly words are inside of you, because remember, you're connected to Hashem. In the Sefer called Avneha Barzel, it says Rabbi Nosson got a letter from his son, Rabbi Yitzchak. When he went to do HISBODEDUS, he couldn't open his mouth. So the son of Rabbi Nosson sends his father. He says, I got lots of trouble doing HISBODEDUS. So what did the father answer? What did Rabbi Nosson answer? Yes, you're in good company, my friend. Because she came out, even David, man, he wrote a lot of hit songs. He wrote the top 150 hit songs.
The Torah.
What a speaker! What a speaker! He couldn't open his mouth either. But he was really smart when it came to serving Hashem, and he never left that place. He sat himself before Hashem, and he groaned a lot from the depths of his heart. And he cried out to Hashem. I'll say with this fact, that his heart is sealed. And he can't open his mouth. Hashem had mercy on him. For us, when he helped him, he opened up his mouth with great enthusiasm, with great arousal before Hashem. And that's hinted into the pasuk. We've been learning Shmuel Beis, to which you guys have an extra week to study. Vayeshav David Hashem. David sat before Hashem. Klomar means that Hashem, that when he went to sit before Hashem, the Hainuli spoke to have HISBODEDUS, Sham Yiyashv, there he settled himself. Yashev, to have presence of mind. Udvar of him keferish Chazal. It's like the rabbis explain in the Jerusalem Talmud. It says Sheyashav Asla. He sat himself down to pray. Yachid Shimoni says Sheyashav died to Allah. He settled his mind. V'kiven libo b'tfiloso, and he concentrated his heart on the prayers. He prepared himself. It says tachin libam takshivasnech. When they prepare their hearts, your ears will listen to that. And as was brought before from the Rebbe, when a person goes and says his speech before Hashem, Hashem puts words and ideas and concepts in your heart that is as if it were that you defeated Hashem. You need to know. Before everything, you got to ask Hashem, which now means give me merit to sit before you. Directly in front of your face. Send me words from your heavenly abode. With this prayer, you created the tools to receive the words from Shemayim. Okay, I think that's a good place to end it for today. Remember, we continue this tomorrow, Friday morning. We will be able to finish this chapter base. You should just know I'm having a lot of storage issues, and I'm going to be storing a lot of these on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to send you the link, and if ever I don't, just look. If you want to catch any classes you missed, go to the YouTube channel. And as they say, don't forget to put a like. Although I don't care.
I don't even know what that means or how to do it.
Hashem likes. If you write it, it's okay. It doesn't hurt. But I don't know.
We all like you, Rabbi.
Okay.
We like Hashem's Torah.
Paul, what's the name of your grandson?
Binyamin Shalom.
Wow, what a beautiful name.
And Jason spoke about it. Thank you very much, Shlomo.
Binyamin made a lot of shalom. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That was a reference.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay, amazing.
Be well, everybody.